give in. I give in. It's all gone stupid.
All right,
Hang on. No, stay here.
stay.
Hang on. This is live. Now, I've just got to get rid of that one. And then I've got to bring these guys in. Where'd they go? Oh, cheapers. Oh, there we go. Hello.
We're here.
So the rest of the female team all rushed in as soon as we got the Godspeed guys on board.
Oh,
so,
nothing.
Now you'll have to introduce yourself. What was your name again, sir?
I'm Dane Highland.
Dean, now bring in the mafia.
Ricky Gonzalez.
Ricky, hi, Dean. Oh, who's there?
This is TJ Bolgren.
Oh, g'day. So we sort of squeezed up, In fact, if I go off and make the bigger screen for you all to fit in, no one can hear me, and I'm just as important as you. So I'll stay here.
That's fine.
So the girls are leaving now.
Bye.
They just wanted to.
Bye, ladies.
All together. So you're going to have to, as we're talking, you're going to have to do a head shuffle when you got Ricky in and stuff, because I'm looking at you, Dean, and there we go. That's it. You got it. Oh, we get the seasick now. Hang on. Jane's saying, which style? This is chaos. I don't care when it's Godspeed. This is Jane. No, Jane's trying to hide. Look, she's trying to hide. Jane's hiding.
Hi, Jane.
I'm on this one.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, right. Now we got it. So Jane pressed the right button. They don't need to talk to me. So we can see the three of you now. That's cool. So what's happening? Or tell me, before we get into the whole thing about the broken boom, how was the start, and what was going on? Sailing down.
Yeah, it was excellent. It was nice to get out of the race.
Hang on
back out.
I'm hanging on.
Years ago.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hey?
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I leave you to it. Just wanted to say hi.
Bugger off. Rightio. Now we get serious. Yeah, so how'd you feel at the start?
It was excellent. It was good to get out of Race Village, and everybody there has been so helpful, and it was an amazing time. But it was good to get out at sea again. I'm sure all the boats felt the same way about the start. Just getting out there felt good. And then, damn, that British fog, that British summer that they have there, it was a nightmare. So until we started seeing some boats and getting a good VHF position, we were making our turns a little bit early because we haven't done time distance heading, dead reckoning for at least a couple weeks since we've been in Race Village. So we did our turns a little early, and as you noted,
we definitely were rusty. We hadn't been out to sea.
Yeah.
We'd been rotting away in Southampton for 3 weeks prior to the.
Right. When you put something in alcohol, it stays forever. You can't rot.
You pickle it. Yeah, they use pickle. Yeah, I was pickle the entire time. So, we forgot how to sail.
We did our turns a little early, and we played it as we told you we were going to play it, very conservatively. And then once we got, our goal was to get south of the Bay of Biscay before we spoke to a big cargo ship, and he said, "Yeah, you've got some bad weather coming in." So we knew that we had some weather coming in, and the barometers started dropping, so we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
We had a couple of days with really, really light wind, so everybody on the crew got really proficient in super light wind sailing, hunting down every puff. There was a period of about a day and a half, 2 days where we were sailing 4 knots in 4 knots of wind, and so we had a lot of sail up, and did a lot of technical sailing those first few days. Then when the weather came, this just became kind of a blur. It was 4 hours on and then 4 hours on call.
So you got 2 in the cockpit at a time.
Yeah, so we did. Yeah, so we did
2 on. Taylor was roving.
Yeah, Taylor was a rover, so he'd come up as needed and help out wherever was needed. You do your 4 hours on, then your 4 hours on call, and then 4 hours off. But there was a lot of times where all 7 of us were on deck doing something, or in the salon doing something.
The first 5-6 days were pretty rough. Our tempo of operations was such that no one was sleeping very much. The waves are pretty choppy out, and
when the storm started.
That's normal too, like getting into the routine, and there's all the hype of what's going on, and then eventually you get tired enough to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, whenever we come down and we hear someone snoring, we're like, all right, everybody be quiet. Let them sleep.
But even like you would have got sack time, like in your bunk, but you just would have been partially awake. But it still lets your body catch up. You know all about that stuff,
Yeah, sure.
You just gotta stay in your rack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
Yeah, stay in your rack.
There was
Anything allows it.
there was one day during the storm that a bunch of us were out on deck doing something I don't remember, something strenuous, and TJ and myself and Taylor, we all came down the companionway in our bowlies, soaking wet, dripping everywhere, and we just sat on the floor at the bottom of the companionway, all three of us, and we each grabbed our bowl of dinner, and we just sat there soaking wet, laying on the floor, sliding left, sliding right, sliding left, sliding right.
I wasn't involved in that episode, but long story short on that, I was sleeping. I was pretending to sleep. Long story short on that, a sail got stored forward on the deck.
Yeah.
Most of that sail went in the water, and so it took a lot of effort, human strength to pull it out. And by the time they heaved that thing back on deck, these guys were spent. And so,
that's cool. Well, there was a lot of, it was pretty obvious. The tail end of the fleet lucked out a bit with the weather as well. It let the middle fleet and the front head out. There was nothing you could do about that. But there was one issue that I'm sitting here watching the tracker, and I am scratching my head. And I said to Jane, something went down last night, because all of a sudden you turned around completely and started to head back to England for about 5 hours or something. What was you remember?
That was on Dane's watch.
Yeah, that was on my watch. And that was in the fog, and we made a conscious decision to not get any closer to land because we didn't have a sight, and so we said we didn't have the winds, and so we did head back north because the winds just weren't cooperating. They were, we could only set the wind that we have at the time. So it was frustrating for us to be headed back north. All we want to do is go south, but we had to head north for a couple hours before we could tack, southeast again. That was frustrating for all of us. But
you'll love this. Your claim to fame. I was speaking to 60 kids live this morning at a school up in Norway. And I forget his name. A little 11-year-old kid comes up and he says, "Why is Godspeed always going in the wrong direction?"
Is that a reputation?
I'm dead set. That's serious. That was true. It happened this morning, and I got to try and explain why you went the wrong way. So,
well, if you figure it out, let us know.
It's just the boys. Yeah,
that's funny.
Anyway, that's cool. So then
that was about 4.5, 5 hours of, all right, can we turn yet? Can we turn yet? Can we turn yet? But
this is news to me, by the way, Don. I didn't know we were going the wrong direction.
Oh yeah, wait. You've been online. You've seen the tracker. It's all recorded there. You look at your snail trail and go back to 3 days later or something, and there you are going north. It's there for it's history now. You can make a T-shirt. It was his fault.
Put that in the book.
Anyway. But anyway, so then you get into the solid weather as you're coming down, and everything's starting to catch up, and you're looking good. And then all of a sudden, we get the call. Oops, we found a crack. So how'd you feel that was happening?
Yeah, have you seen that? Yeah, you saw the pictures of the crack.
Yeah. For anyone that hasn't seen it, there's some in the post, about 10 posts down in Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see our boom in that, and the crack was pretty significant. Taylor said that as he was.
Taylor just arrived.
Taylor just didn't arrive.
Oh, there he is. Man of the moment. Hello. Yeah, we've just been. They blamed you for that going backwards. Back north. They said it was Taylor's fault.
No, we had Taylor was making a sail adjustment. I was off shift and in my rack, and apparently when he made an adjustment, you saw it open up like Pac-Man's mouth.
Yeah.
And said, no, stop that. And so we stopped the boat and took a close look at it. I guess you can explain it. You were there when the crack formed. He was asking how that went, and a little bit more detail on the crack.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it was pretty simple. You talking about the storm, how it happened?
No, not yet.
Basically, we suspected there might have been a crack underneath our saddle from the time we bought the boat back in March. The main sheet was released. It hit the shrouds. Yeah, and we think that accelerated whatever crack was probably already there. So, while we were sailing the night prior, or the 2 days prior, TJ and I were on, and the main sheet came loose. So the boom swung out around to the starboard side, and as fast as I could, I turned hard to port. So maybe that's why the Norwegian kids think we're going the wrong way. I turned to the north again. You set them the region straight. So I turned to the north again to get us into the wind. Taylor came up, and we secured the boom, got the main sheet back on, no problem. But for a solid minute and a half there, we were facing north again, and that boom, when it did come around to the starboard side, it did do so pretty violently. So I think that's where the damage may have come in. And then just the storm of the following days.
I'm thinking the same as you guys. When we saw the sleeve there and the reinforcing, and then right on the vang point, and then the way the crack was, I was thinking the same thing. There may have been a small fracture under there in the first place, and it just went from there. And just as a by the way, you're absolutely covert between the 4-hourly points, so you can go north anytime between the 4-hourly points, and you get an average course, right?
So here's the thing: I don't know what the rest of the fleet has been doing, but I think we're going to be the only boat in this race that's done 5 stops. The rest of these guys are only doing 4. We're doing a much bigger race. We're outworking them.
Look, the longer you're out there, it's better value for money. Like the entry fee's not cheap. So you guys are doing well. So
we're doing 5. The rest of these races are only doing 4.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you'll be pleased to know that, because I spoke to Taylor the other yesterday, I think it was. We're talking about what's likely to happen. We won't assess any penalties and issues until you get on the road again, because everything washes out. But I actually had a look at the fine print in the notice of race, and you'll probably be looking pretty good. Mainly because if you did a pit stop for like 2 hours and stayed in the race, well, then we'd think, we'd have to give you a penalty. But because you're taking about a week or longer to get going again, you've got a self-imposed penalty. So it's a maybe penalised, and I doubt whether you will be penalised, but we'll wait and see what they say once you leave. So just get back in and get down to Cape Town as quick as you can, eh?
Yeah, that's the goal, man.
I mean, at this point, flat 48 hours on us. I mean, we're just trying to make life.
No, you're serving your time now. You're serving your time now. So you won't. It'll be.
Can we get out of here with time served?
Yeah, you're not on bail. It's all right, In fact, on that fact, you're not on bail, so if you can download all your pictures and pass it all to your team and all that sort of stuff while you're there. You can
that we fixed that.
Yeah,
I think Taylor and Emma both worked on that yesterday.
Yeah, cool. So, all right, we look forward to seeing some. And so, Taylor, what's happening with the boom now? What stages you're at, and what's your plan? When do you think you'll be underway?
We're looking at getting underway tomorrow. Rewelding the boom back together is completely done. That looks good. We have a stainless sleeve we made, both interior and exterior. Those are finished. Those are being fitted as we speak. But really, it should be done this evening. We can get it on tonight and get out of here really early in the morning. That's the plan as it stands right now. Looks good, man.
That's cool.
Feels good.
Oh, well. Yep, that'll be good. I can't imagine what you're thinking while you're sitting there, because most of you can't do much at all, eh? How is the rest of the boat? Like, everything's pretty ready to go, or you're still doing some servicing or something?
We were able to. So I'm our radio operator. We were able to have the ICOM Portugal guy come out, and he tore our RT apart and found some bent connectors.
Okay.
So the system wasn't working the way that we thought it was. Now it is. So we'll be on the weekly buddy chats now,
cool.
which will be helpful.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's a huge tailwind for us.
It's frustrating for us. The only saving grace for us that we're smiling about is that some of the boats that are in the doldrums, they're going the same speed we are right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's going to happen for sure. So I mean, it's hard to work out ETAs. We just get going as quick as you can, obviously. So you've got to clear out with customs and immigration and all that sort of rhubarb. They caught you on the way in, of course. So then you're ready to go. You start. What what else is happening? Have you been entertaining the locals, or have you been sort of just sitting there depressed and sort of sitting on the floor in the fetal position saying, how did this happen? Or, how do you see it in the big picture?
Godspeed always is.
Eh?
Godspeed has continued operating the same way that we have always operated.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Well, it's really good. There's a lot of people who are pretty sad for you when it happened, because it was hard enough being at the back of the fleet, and then this as well. It's really lumped it on, but it's just a bigger challenge now,
We had a White Shadow, Fatima from White Shadow, who lives here, actually came down and brought some cake.
Cool.
So the news spread around pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
And people have been supportive of it.
Yeah, to those of us that are helping us out and supporting us, we do get all the messages, and we appreciate it very much. So, and when we see something cool or an inspiring message, everybody will, everybody shares with everybody else to make sure that everybody on the team hears it. So, keep doing that and keep supporting us. Keep sharing these Facebook lives and all the posts that the OGR is doing. That helps get it out to more people. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, and, exactly. We should.
One thing I would add for you, Don, I'd add this for you. We've had maybe 2 or 3 people randomly drop by that heard about our boom. So from an OGR optics standpoint, your guys' communications are out there. Yeah, people knew who we were before we showed up.
Yeah, 6 degrees of separation. The Spanish are crazy sailors as well, and we got a Spanish entry, so that there's a lot there. And anyway, all you got to do is get your mate on the left if you need help. Get him to put his uniform back on with all the ribbons and stuff, and say, "Hey, help!" Come running. So that's cool. Yeah, very good. All right, so I mean, I don't know what to say. We're just looking forward to seeing you get back on the road and give it heaps. There's two favorite positions in the race, the leader and the tail ender. So you got one of the best spots, no one remembers second, so no matter what they're saying, forget it. So
we got half of those locked down, Don.
Yeah, exactly. Are you on a computer camera or a phone camera? Because just spin it around and show people the boat, like I'm sitting here thinking, I've never been down below your boat yet. I've never been down below.
We'll give you.
Whose fault is that, Don?
It's mine. I'm just too busy.
We'll show you what's going on at the nav station.
Oh yeah,
there's the nav station.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I've been actually working the wind, like a route, and it looks like we're heading for Gran Canaria. Yeah, and then from there, honestly, we don't know what we're gonna do. I think it's a crapshoot. I talked to Shay before we left, and I was like, "Man, are we going to Brazil or are we going straight to Africa?" And I think we're going to go straight down Africa. But this is the aft cabin where Ricky and Marcus sleeping.
That's cool. Still, definitely a swan, eh? Absolutely. Yeah, you're pretty cool. Yeah.
And then, you want me to show them up forward? All right. So, fruit. Yep. And then this is our whiteboard that keeps us all organized.
Yeah.
With our watches and our water usage and everything like that, we keep track of.
Yeah. Did you guys fit a desalinator?
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yeah, it's working okay.
The plan for the desalinator is to use that. We don't want to rely on that because it's a mechanical system, and like in the mechanical system, it can break. Yeah. So the plan has always been to conserve water as much as we can, and then use that to refill our tanks. But we're still monitoring our water usage. Yeah. So here's our medics and media person sleeping areas. That's Sam and Emma. Yeah. And mine's the neat one. Yeah. That's TJ. That's forward
cool.
head.
So your layout is 4 bunks in the one area. There's no partition between them.
Yeah, that's correct. And then our sail lock is, you can't really tell because it's just a tight space in here, but our sail lock is really, really well organized.
That's cool.
And very neat so that we can pull all our sails out at any time. And then our storm jib is here. We haven't ended up using that at all. Our staysail is probably our favorite sail by far. That's the one that's getting us 4 knots of speed and 4 knots of wind. Yeah. And so we've had really good luck with that, and everybody on the crew seems to like the staysail, and it's a hank on. So
we had a good laugh when we had that calm, because in the Gulf of Mexico, That's like all the sailing we do is just super light winds.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think Godspeed's going to shine whenever we get to the doldrums. That's what we're good at. So if anybody
Okay.
should keep watching,
sure.
that's the point.
Yeah, get ready to get hot and sweaty. Are you guys showering down below? Of course not. You're on deck, right?
Now we use baby wipes, man.
We're military.
Okay.
Baby wipes shower.
Okay, the best part is you can't throw them overboard, so keep them in a bag, and then what you do is you cover it with really colourful wrapping paper when you get somewhere, and put a ribbon on it, and just leave it beside the road, and someone, present, they take it away.
We have biodegradable ones that they make for the military to just bury in the field.
Ah, cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. All right. Well, by Taylor's posture there, mate, I think they must be working because you're very close to armpits.
No, it's fine.
All right. So that's cool. One last question: how are your sales actually holding up? Because I know you've got basically. I don't think you bought many sales, did you? They're pretty much what came with the boat.
Yeah, we're using all of our old sails. We're still using them. And I think we talked about this before. That was kind of the best advice that we had. Because we have our new sails. We flew our newest ASIM whenever we crossed the start line, the one with the skeleton crew spinnaker. All of us were super nervous. We were going to rip it, We don't fly it often. We use all of our old sails because those we could just put up and not really care about and beat and run as hard as we can. And we like them. Yeah. So we've got an old symmetrical spinnaker that came with the boat that we use the most. Yeah. And then the original mainsail and Genoa. Those stay on the whole time, and then we do have a new staysail, like Dane said, is up pretty much the entire time.
That's cool. The decoy worked. You guys all look very professional at the start. I got to tell you, we got some great photos. So you fooled everyone.
We tried not to let you down, man.
Yeah, exactly. No, you really did look good at the start. That spinnaker's cool, and
if we can fly on the way into Cape Town, we will.
Yeah. So that's cool. And we gave you a big hoo-ha. You wouldn't have known, with the ship when you guys sailed past towards the end. That was fun. We're out there. It was a good
fun. It was South and Sterna.
Yeah.
That was,
it was all really good. All right. Well, we're probably getting boring now. People are getting a bit miffed. Hang on. I can see the comments here from Facebook. I'm going to go to the top and see if anyone's asked any questions. Oh, only Jane. Oh, hello. Hello. Jeepers. How are you surviving?
It's hard work living with these guys, I tell you.
Yeah. So you're having a good time? Like you tell us how you feel about what's going on. Jeepers, everyone's turning up.
It's obviously really frustrating to have the damage, but actually, personally, it's better that it happened on this leg and not in the Southern Ocean. And we're still going to win this thing. So, don't rule us out.
Oh, look, see, as soon as there's a lady turns up, everyone comes in. Yeah. That's cool. No. You got a lot of support everywhere, So, yeah, do you want to ask a question? A girl question. Hang on, stand by. There's a girl-to-girl question coming. Come on, do your bit. The blokes have had our bit. They're discussing the question, Taylor. They're discussing to work out the question.
Don't make it hard.
They've abandoned me.
Oh, come on, afterwards.
Yes, you can. No, I'll ask the man question.
Do you have anything to ask us?
Have we got anything to ask them?
What's for dinner in Cape Town?
Yeah.
What's for dinner in Cape Town?
We'll get you a steak.
Yeah, we'll get you a steak, okay?
Okay, we'll hustle our way there then.
Yeah, all right.
It does look like we may be able to get the boom back tonight. I know a lot of people are wondering, hey, when are they going to get back on the road, so to speak? We may be able to get the boom back tonight, may get it tomorrow morning. And then Customs and Immigration, luckily, is right here at the dock. For some reason, they don't like the skipper going and doing all that stuff, so we all have to go and do it individually. But we're going to talk to them later today and make sure that if we get the boom back tonight or tomorrow morning, we can clear out with them tomorrow morning and get the hell out on the sea again. That is our estimated timeline, is either tonight or tomorrow, get the boom on and do customs and slip the lines.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all really good. Like we're all laughing and carrying on a bit too much probably, but you're doing a great job and you've got a huge following and I know you're trying your hardest and I know it was incredibly disappointing, but hey, it's just just adds to the challenge, and there'll be a lot of people looking forward to seeing you in Cape Town. So hopefully you can get there before the restart.
We'll be
anyway,
we'll be there.
Yeah, we're not leaving.
absolutely. Yeah, we want you there. So that's fun. Let me just check the comments in case there is a question here. Well, we have to say this is the slightest sale with a broken boom. Good afternoon. Excited to see you get back in the race. Yeah, there's a lot of comments here. We're proud of you. So Ed McDonald, we're proud of your valiant efforts, attitude, and spirit. I'm a retired Navy CIA. I'll just rub your name out, Ed, so no one knows. Served two war zone tours and appreciate your cause. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. You all sail in the Gulf of Mexico, my favorite team, just because my even more favorite team, Waveland, Mississippi, here, right in the Gulf Coast. And the beards are looking magnificent, everyone. That's what they're saying. Oh, jeepers. I don't know what's in there. Maybe some breakfast and lunch. yeah, okay. You've got a sharp knife. How's the forward head working? That's from Ryan Goodwin. Has he got experience?
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, they never work. So you just keep pushing it down. Hang on. It looks like you're going to get a tour. Okay. Sailing for a great cause. Retired Navy and daughter sailed with the Maiden earlier this year and last year. My two favourite yachts. Okay, but remember, you never remember second place. You'll always remember the end. So you're on top of Maiden at the moment. Okay. So all good. Okay.
And there's plenty of cheese.
Very good. We'll look forward to getting your SoundClouds and your tweets and all that sort of stuff over the next few weeks. So, yeah, look after yourself, eh?
Will do.
We will, man.
Yep.
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
All
Don.
right.
Thanks there on the team and the Goodwins and everybody else that's watching. Thanks. Appreciate it. Keep the comments coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be epic, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you there. So sail safe and send us a message when you leave, eh?
Will do.
See you in Cape Town.
Have fun. Keep up the good work, everyone. See you later.
Will do. Thanks.
Okay. I'll try if I can press the right button here. And now we've got 3 screens. Hang on. On a high.